I just want to do a short video on this, and this is during the day, so you're gonna hear a lot of background noise of like a baby crying or my wife yelling and my little kid crying and saying stuff. Anyways, this piece is on George Webb. H.A. Goodman did a piece on George Webb, of course, of what George Webb claims, and I got into the George Webb YouTube page because of his interview with Tim Black. I guess there's a lot of people saying, hey Tim, interview George Webb because he's doing a lot of cool investigation stuff. So I looked at George Webb and followed him for a little while. I started at day 177.1 because it's titled Half Year Summary, Hillary's Hackers, AWAN Brothers. So I want to get a good instance of what was going on in day 177.1. Of course, all I get in the description box is what I found and didn't find. That's not very helpful. And this is what you can do too. You do the exact same thing. If you are a George Webb follower, you think all of his claims are correct, find the evidence, find the source, and connect the dots. Easy. That's it. Easy. So I wanted to find out, okay, he's got a lot of information throwing out there, and this is the way I see it.
What we got here is a little game of show and tell. You don't want to show me nothing, but you tell me everything.
So what George Webb does, in my opinion, is he doesn't show you anything, but he tells you everything. And just trying to follow him, I mean, just 5 minutes and 41 seconds, I stopped. I wrote an Excel document, and it's really easy. His statement, the importance scale, what I think that it could be to whatever it is, any evidence he points out, and the source of that evidence. And what I found is every time the evidence is not there, the source is non-existent. He can put that into his source. He could put it into Google Doc, share that Google Doc. He has tons of things he can do. He can put in things like this and put in like web URLs and specific portion of it. He can cite sources. That's the thing with any type of journalism, any type of investigation. You provide evidence and you source that evidence link so everyone can view it and they can vet it for themselves. But what I end up doing is he says all these statements, I have to take it as for fact, otherwise I have to look it up myself. If I look it up myself, just at 5 minutes 41 seconds into a 15-minute video, I'm lost. Where do I go? I have to look up all these, find the evidence and all the sources myself, and that's going to take more time than just watching the 15-minute video. It would take all day, and he does multiple videos per day. Not only that, his cohort, Jason Goodman, does multiple videos per day. Every claim that they make, you have to go ahead and find that evidence and source it for yourself, because they don't do it for you. Okay? So let's move on to the day before he talks about Seth Rich's murder. And of course, look at all these statements and look at the importance scale. Look at the evidence and the sources. There's none. I mean, some important things like a lot of stuff about Seth Rich's laptop and phone. Put that as a 5. There's no evidence. There's no source. He talks about some Channel 4 can release documents. Someone's holding 95% of his comments. Calls it fake news, fake scene. No evidence, no source. There's an Abridge Group organ harvesting drug Redlines Pharma associated with that. That's a 5. No evidence, no source. You've got Musa as a specialized organized hit team with ties to the Clinton Foundation. That's very important because that's the henchman part. And that's a 5. No evidence, no source. Hacker's part, he mentioned something Visif and MicroPro Cielico. No evidence, no source. Benghazi and different operation visas. You know, all this stuff. Never any evidence, never any source. Let's go back to day 177.1. And you've got a couple of important ones here too. Ties the Muslim Brotherhood infiltration to U.S., Libya, and Tahir Javid. That's very important. You think that would be out there for people to, especially maybe the CIA or FBI to actually look into, or he should report it. Counterfeit drugs used in VA system and nursing homes. That's pretty important there too. No evidence, no source. You've got wiretapping claims. Foreign Services Committee by AWAN. McCabe used AWAN since 2001 for wiretapping. Used for DNC wiretapping. Trump, Russia Bank. No evidence, no source. Very high importance to know. Talks about nanoset technology. He even admits it's still a mystery to him. But they have NGA type technology, satellite spying, GPS tracking, radio tower triangulation, WiMAX hacking, radio waves and geolocation targets and rat lines. All the evidence points to it at this point. That's what he says. Importance scale 5, evidence 0, source 0. Let's take it to what H.A. Goodman talks about. And he's ready to say who killed Seth Rich, and it's Alpha Jola. Importance scale 5, evidence 0, source 0. Conspiracy of the Seth Rich murder could kill the president. Evidence 0, source 0. Importance very high. You've got Imran Awan working with Hillary Clinton, stealing cars for Democratic operatives. They can come in, work on a Hillary campaign, and sell leftover cars through dealership. Pretty high up there. No evidence, no source. And I had to stop at 2 minutes 38 seconds out of maybe almost a 14-minute video. So this is just a horrible investigative process, horrible journalistic process, whatever you want to call it. He doesn't even give the thought process. He doesn't give any sources. He doesn't give the evidence to connect those statements that he claims. That's it. That's all you have to do. If he gave a really easy example and filled in like I do, all right, make a claim, provide the evidence and the source, boom, big. That's huge. That's all you have to do. You don't need to make a 15-minute video going over 8 or even 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, making 18 different claims with 0 evidence and sources. Just focus on one. Who killed Seth Rich? It's Alpha Jola. Give us the sources, provide the evidence that links them together, and there you have it. That's one video. That's all you need to do. You don't need to make 20 videos talking about 50 to 100 different statements that we can't verify. So if you want to follow George Webb and give H.A. Goodman or anyone else a hard time about not following George Webb and not taking his claims seriously, then you better make sure you tell George Webb to start focusing on what he needs to do. That's it.